Welcome all guys, gunning to Old Trafford here with your host Ibi and Shady and our special guest in the house, in the hot seat, our man Farid Chotia, the Enfield way guys. Don't forget to like, share, comment, hit that bell notification. We are rocking and rolling. Ibi, bring us in, brother.
Yeah, guys. The bell notification on both channels.
Yes.
The Enfield Way ZA, gunning to Old Trafford. If you've been living under a rock for the last 12 months, then you wouldn't know who we are. But United and Arsenal and Liverpool in the middle.
Ibi, can I say this here? If you don't know, now you know.
I love it. Guys, today is a very special edition. And when we do special editions, we always bring out Farid. Thanks for coming on and always helping us out.
Good to be back.
Lovely to have you back. Fantastic season that went by. Today's session or today's podcast, we're going to discuss a Premier League 22-23 11 of Manchester United and Arsenal.
Wow.
And we've added a bit of spice because today is going to get a bit rowdy. And we've got Farid, who's going to have the ultimate vote, the tiebreaker vote to decide which player goes in. So it's not just about form, it's about how good we are at convincing.
I take pride.
That was amazing. Thanks. So guys, moving in, please again, don't forget to like, share, comment, hit that bell notification. Instagram is rocking. Guys, we really appreciate your guys' support and enjoy this journey with us. By the fans,
for the fans, 100%. United and Arsenal more or less play with a similar type formation. It's a modern formation, a 4-3-3. So that's the formation we're locking in. We're going to start off from our goalkeeper like we always do. Then through the defense, midfield, and then the attackers up front.
Correct.
We're not going to do subs, but we're going to do the coach.
And we start with the coach?
No.
Okay,
we have to have a coach.
Yeah. So we're going to do only 11?
Only 11 with the coach.
Oh, it's going to be tough.
It's going to be a tough one.
This is going to be tough.
I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I'm looking forward. I got my boxing gloves on also.
Done. I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Guys, for this one here, I pulled out awesome retro. The Theatre of Dreams kit.
Beautiful.
What a kit.
All kitted up.
Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you.
Well done.
Let's start. Farid,
Okay.
we're starting off with our keepers. Right?
Drawing
the line.
Throw that line.
Love
Hey,
it.
Ibi, in fairness and Farid, both our goalkeepers had a tremendous season. I mean, let's be honest about it.
We can be honest as much as you want, but I think when it comes down to the nuts and bolts, only one has the golden glove of the season.
And I was going to say that. This, guys, for you guys...
Some blunders in
What's some
between.
blunders?
What's some blunders
But
in
listen,
between.
with all due respect, and our Arsenal season, we are where we are today because of Aaron Ramsdale. However, David De Gea has been going through so much of dilemma, people doubting him, but the man's got a golden glove.
And not by one. He's a country mile away.
17 clean sheets,
I think the closest to him was like 14.
14 Aaron Ramsdale.
Yeah.
Right? So
And
close.
Ellison was, I think,
12,
12 or 13, yeah.
with all due respect again, this is the only one I'm conceding. David the Great. And I'm doing this because he got the golden glove. Right.
I'm not even arguing the points.
Look. I'm doing this because of the golden glove. Clean sheets. I mean, he's got the golden glove.
He's got the golden
He's got a golden glove. Look here. Aaron Ramsdale was absolutely brilliant. I'm sure he'll be getting the save of the season against Liverpool. The one where he pushed, I think it was Jacques out of the way and Yared Salah saved. There were two in that game that were title deciders.
So Abdul, again, I think your keeper was just pipped on that one.
Yes.
Kepa got save of the season.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it done already?
Done. Kepa got it.
But it wasn't the save against Arsenal.
No.
So which save was that?
Kepa pulled out a bullet save.
Better than Ramsdale?
I wouldn't say better,
But why
but you
did
know
I
how
miss
this
it?
voting happens.
No, but Ibi, wasn't Ramsdale's one the Kestrel something? I missed 1 week of...
Our man, to be fair, Abdul hasn't been on socials.
Sorry, but I'm back.
But he's back.
I'm back.
As of
Yes,
today.
who's back.
Yeah.
Our shade is
He's
back.
back. But I'm back. I'm so happy.
So let's not digress.
Yeah.
We're back onto the keepers. Farid, we made your job easy. David De Gea, slots in as our keeper, and we've got a good backup in Ramsdale. But to be honest, I think Ramsdale brought more to the Arsenal team than what De Gea brought to the United team. Like you say, there was a lot of mistakes in between, and
There were some gates he was absolutely phenomenal. He turned a
the
one
shots are
pointer
fantastic.
into a 3-pointer or a no pointer into a 1-pointer. Ramsdale, I think the team performed very well for a very long time, so you don't notice those points difference. But I think yeah.
I just
Can't argue.
I don't know.
I would argue
the,
it was Liverpool.
The golden
United.
glove is the golden glove. You know what
golden glove is golden glove.
I mean, we can't dispute that, right? So,
David
David
De
De
Gea.
Gea.
Okay, so we're done with the keeper. I think it was unanimously decided, even before I had a choice. David De Gea goes into the polls. Farid, since you're here today doing the officiating, do you want to start on our left back and right back, or do you want to run straight to the spine?
Straight into the kitchen. Straight into the
Into
Right
the
into the
kitchen.
center back.
Center
And guys,
backs.
you guys know how we like doing it. We want one of those aggressive center backs, and we want more that
Rolls-Royce.
silky smooth Rolls Royce
Yeah.
doing what he needs to do, and we take it from there. Rolls Royce. You already said Rolls Royce. That reminds me of someone.
Yeah, no, but I think here I think it's gonna be fair on this one, right? I don't think there's gonna be much argument on this one. I think Varane missed a lot of the season, and you know, from a silkiness perspective, I think Varane is miles ahead. But I think because the impact that Saliba had, I'm not saying Saliba is a better player than Varane, because I think he'll be a successor to Varane in the France team. I think Varane is still pure class. But I think this season, if you're looking for that ball-playing centre-back, it has to be Saliba. And for that hard hitter, you know, I'm going to go for Martinez, Lisandro Martinez. Because I think Gabriel always had a mistake in him. So my two centre-back pairing, even though it kills me to say it, I'm going to go for William Saliba and Lisandro Martinez.
Do you know that could have been an Arsenal centre back
Until Ten Hag,
start off,
until
Ten
that
Hag-
ball beauty decided to give him a call and sort out.
You know, guys, I really thought I'm going to wear my boxing gloves, but Ibrahim's making it again very easy. It had to be William Saliba. I was going to go for it. And to be honest with you, hey, I like the Pucha, man. I love the Pucha. And them together would be absolutely amazing. But taking nothing away, Gabriel has a few mistakes in him. Do you know he played the full 38 games of the season? He never missed a single game, but became
But some
a
of his
tired-
mistakes,
I know he
mistakes
does-
cost
it
you
was
guys
costly.
points.
Big.
And he must Saliba towards the
He
end.
must Saliba. Big
I mean,
time.
the moment your guys'
Big time.
season started dropping is once Saliba got injured.
Injured.
Yeah, that's so
And again,
good.
that's
so
another
good.
reason why I couldn't. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't.
And
Unfortunately.
Saliba, he kept us together.
So no argument.
No
arguments
arguments here.
so
No
far, that's
arguments.
it.
So
Yeah,
Farid,
yeah.
we're not. I mean, Farid is
So-
here as an adjudicator,
Okay.
but
I'm here, silent
So we've
partner.
got Saliba, and we've got
the butcher.
The Butcher, oh my god. So guys, what do you guys say about that? Guys, please don't forget to jump into that it's a comment, slide tackle
Slide
into the
tackle.
comment field and let us know who you think. But wow.
Let's
what
go
a centre back.
to let's go to
button.
a nice controversial one now, and I'm gonna go on to the right back.
I was gonna go left back. Left back.
Left back, I think left back.
Right back is
quite
tough as
straightforward,
well.
man.
Right back is tough.
Right back is tough, and
Very tough.
for me, I'm gonna start off, and I'm gonna die on this hill, because for me, Aaron Wan-Bissaka had a fantastic breakout season this season. You know, at the beginning of the season, everyone thought Ten Hag is coming in. That was it for Wan-Bissaka. But Ten Hag showed him what he needs to do, and he rewarded him with performance after performance. And pound for pound, he's been the best tackler in the Premier League. The
Man,
most tackles, the
statistically-
cleanest tackler. And he just adds the different dimension to the United team. The one thing he can work on is his movement forward, but we don't need a Trent Alexander-Arnold attacking defender. We need a strong defensive right back. And
No
for
more
me,
defender.
he's no more defender.
No more defender.
And for me, this is a hill I'm willing to take you on, Abdul. I will fight you tooth and nail for this one. Aaron Wan-Bissaka
You locking it in. You locking it
as
in.
a right back.
Ibi is locking it. Wan-Bissaka, love him to the Spider-Man, however. Ibi.
I don't like that, however.
Benny Blanco. Preferred position centre back. How versatile is this guy? There's rumor that he might, if we don't get, if Kiwa doesn't do well and stuff, there's rumor that Mikel Arteta might bring him back for the next season into centre back. This is how comfortable this guy is. He's got over eight assists as a right back. Saka's beautiful play and Saka's real dominance on the right midfield was down to Benny Blanco. I mean, he really ushered the defense when it was time to link up with Saka. He was absolutely amazing. He scored a couple of goals as well. I don't think tackling, I know the statistics, I read the statistics of Wan-Bissaka was absolutely amazing.
Fantastic.
But I think holistically, and a player you want to have at right back, because this is versatility, and you can always switch it up, and that's what Arteta did. There were times where he played with a flat back three, where he could move Benny Blanco or Benjamin White into centre back, and that gave Xhaka and Zinchenko the freedom.
Guys,
to
I call issues here because I saw Abdul giving Farid the eyes. I think this family unit are
family reunion.
They're trying to conquer me into this. And while I hear you, Abdul, and while I agree that he's been fantastic, I think towards the end he kind of dropped off. The performance level dropped off, and I think Wan-Bissaka, since he came into the team, he's performed at a consistent level and he's exceeded expectations throughout the season. And so much so that the right back, which we thought was going to be a important position to fill up this season, Ten Hag is now saying, actually, I'm comfortable having Wan-Bissaka and Dalot as a backup, or vice versa, swapping them around. So for me, for a player that his time at Manchester United, and we're not talking about a small club, we're talking about a huge club, like Arsenal, like Liverpool, Manchester United. Normally, when the signs are there for your time is being up, it's usually your time up. This guy had to turn it around to get there. So, Farid, I implore you to take all of that into consideration.
Ibi, if I may, Salibape brings out the best in Benjamin White. And you've got Salibape at right centre back here.
So now you made the point that you just made was exactly what I was thinking was when Saliba dropped out of the team with the injury, Ben White's performances went,
including Ramsdale, including Gabriel. Salibape kept them together.
But it's a problem.
It's a problem.
It's a problem,
no doubt.
And I think about that game the second game against Liverpool, and how average Ben White was at right back. He was.
He got hooked, right?
He got hooked. And
no disrespect to Ben.
No. He's absolutely
amazing defender. I love him to bits. If I look at it overall throughout the season, and if I look at the overall performances of the two right backs, I have to give it to
Spider-Man. I'm only going with this because I love Spider-Man.
And the only reason is it was consistency throughout the whole season. If Saliba didn't drop out of the team, Ben White would have played a lot better, and I think Arsenal would have pushed City right up until the last game.
And that's the truth. Look at the injury to Salibape was
terrible. It just showed how much depth City had in their squad and how little depth Arsenal had in them. It is, but Arsenal didn't have a lot of depth in their squad. When the team was fit, when the team was fit, you couldn't touch Arsenal.
Do you know Tomiyasu was also injured from January?
Yeah.
So that totally messed up, his plans. At last 6 games, we struggled without Saliba.
And you guys were playing inverted right back.
Inverted right back. But apparently, guys, Arteta has got something up his sleeves for next season. Or that right back I don't know what's happening. So something to look forward to.
Let's go.
Amazing.
Left back.
Left back. And again, I think just for versatility, Lukman Shaw. Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw, Alberto Carlos. He's again another player. After that horror injury against Liverpool, was it against Liverpool? No, it wasn't against Liverpool. The horror injury that he picked up, I'm thinking of Alan Smith. The horror injury that he picked up, he was about to lose his leg. And then the issues that he had with Mourinho. And then obviously building his confidence. And coming into a Ten Hag season that had a lot of issues at the beginning. The whole Ronaldo saga, whatever. But he locked down that left back position. So much so that, he was almost the first name on the team sheet. And then when Lisandro Martinez got injured, he just shifted into left centre back, keeping £80 million Harry Maguire out of the team. Right? Your club captain, the price tag on him, and Roberto Carlos he's not the biggest unit, right? But keeping, locking down
He's
this
big,
left
but just
centre
not
back.
that way. This way, yeah.
Left
Muscular,
centre back
muscular.
and your left back. So the versatility around switching, and even the relationship that he has with Marcus Rashford, the movement going forward, the composure in the back. I think Luke Shaw is one of the most complete left backs in the English game. From an English standpoint, I think he's a fantastic left back, and it would be a must not to have him in this team.
This is an amazing debate, especially at left back, Ibrahim, because wow, Zinchenko had a season in a. Technically, I don't think there's a player that can invert into centre mid so comfortably as Zinchenko. Technically, his first touch, the way he drops the play, he starts the movement again. This guy was so important. Imagine Zinchenko put Kieran Tierney on the bench, and Kieran Tierney only played 7 games a season. Yeah. That's how important Zinchenko was. Zinchenko's goal distribution as well as a left back really pushed Arsenal, because he got over 12 assists for a season at the left back position, and this gave Granit Xhaka room to do what he did. This was the best season for Granit Xhaka at Arsenal. So,
and then he's leaving. However,
Luke Shaw, brilliant season. I think we spoke about how he changed into centre back in a few games.
Seamlessly.
He was absolutely amazing. But when it comes to technical suppress is it superiority. Zinchenko is absolutely amazing. And all I'm saying here, and I'm passing it to the chief in charge, for functionality, Zinchenko for me would suit this team better.
So,
to be
this is so tough.
Shaw had.
I'd be comfortable with both.
Shaw had an amazing season, probably the best season I've seen him have in a United
It's
shirt
going to get better
for a very long time. And I think it's due to his fitness. He had a lot more time on the field. But man, didn't I love watching Zinchenko play.
The only thing for me about Zinchenko, I think there were 1 or 2 moments that were like cringe moments for me during the season.
No, you got, especially at the end.
Where the cameras are looking at him, they need that performance. And not spur. At one point, Odegaard also told him, listen, calm yourself down.
Yeah.
I think you're overdoing it. Let's get back onto the game. Where he called a huddle during mid-game, whatever. So those are moments that just not put me off his performance, but just put me off what he's trying to achieve on the field. But performance-wise, I think he's been fantastic. And I think he was one of the reasons that brought that belief in this Arsenal team that could chase City all the way through. So
and Ibrahim, when he did it in the start of the season, remember, in the start of the season, the first 10 matches, nobody believed Arsenal were going to go for it. We sat here and we were like, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? And the first 10 games, when he did all of that huddle and that celebration, like you just said now, it brought Arsenal together. Yeah. And then obviously he started doing it a little bit, overdoing it. But just by him bringing that leadership from Manchester City and passing it on,
being called a City reject at the beginning of the season.
Really stamping your authority at the Emirates was absolutely amazing.
There was one comment that stood out, and sorry Abdul, I'm not attacking Zinchenko, but I just want to frame the discussion so that we're looking at everything, right? And it was Roy Keane, and Roy Keane, he doesn't hold punches. He doesn't want De Gea at United, right? He wants De Gea gone. And the one comment he made, and I think this, it sat with me because I've seen greatness from United teams. I've seen greatness from Arsenal teams. I've seen leadership from Liverpool teams. And the one point that resonates with me was in this Liverpool game, when they threw away that lead and they ended up drawing the game.
Yeah.
And I think that was the start.
He made a
of the-
mistake in it.
That was the start.
He made a mistake. Yeah.
And as this leader that he's supposed to be, his shoulders were dropped.
He crumbled.
And everybody looked at him
Yeah.
towards him as like, let's move forward. But that body language, and I replayed it in when Keane said it, because I didn't obviously focus on it. And I saw it and I was like,
That's
this is
the day you
something that
stand
needs
up.
to. This is something. This is where you need those hard hitting moments. Bring the team together, and I think that's where he fell short. And again, I think they started off well, and he just tapered out towards the end. And that's all I would say. I mean, I got nothing against Zinchenko, fantastic player, but I think
But Ibi,
he let himself down towards the end.
Don't you think, and this is just a quick comment, that Arteta could have and should have rotated him a little bit
Should
more.
have, 100%. I think he burnt him out.
Having Kieran, William Wallace, Braveheart on the
Especially
bench,
for games where you knew you were favourites, right?
I think he just burnt him out.
And I think Ten Hag and Arteta made the same mistakes there, where
Yeah.
they constantly played the same players over and over and over. But yeah, up to you.
Farid Chotia.
It's a difficult one. Like I said, Shaw best season for United by far for me for a very long time. Loved watching Zinchenko play. It's a hard one.
Do you want to come back?
No,
Okay.
no.
No, there's no comeback.
I'm still gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Zinchenko.
Done. Locked in.
Wow, locked in Zinch. Wow, what?
A
Ibi,
solid
do you
team.
want to go through this here? Or
So we've got De Gea in the post.
yes.
We've got Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the right, William Salib Bape, right centre back, Lisandro the Butcher Martinez, left centre back, and we've got Zinchenko,
Wow.
looking after the left midfield.
I think what Zinchenko's going to give you in this team is if you can transition very easily from a 4-3-3 into a 3-4-3 if you need to pack the
That's
midfield a little bit
basically.
more.
That's
So he's a
also-
little bit more versatile there, I think.
Amazing. So
Centre mid.
centered, but
Your
let's
number
say-
8.
We're not
let's,
centre mid, we're going to go for 3 players here, right?
3 players,
Because
yeah, but
we're
one
going
is
for
a little bit
4-3-3.
more
One is
defensive.
a bit more defensive, and the two
We're
are
gonna go
more
And that's
offensive.
exactly how Manchester United and Arsenal
Yeah,
played
they
this
both
season.
play. So, if you don't mind,
This
Go,
one's easy.
go.
I won't lie, this one's easy.
I'm going to go in the pocket, sitting in front of the defense. I'm going to have Casemiro playing in that holding position, and I think Casemiro just oozes class. He brought that class from Madrid, and he settled in at United, brought the levels back up, and he's been a fantastic servant of the club. And I'm glad that
They now took a chance.
besides taking a chance, that a player like Casemiro has donned the United shirt. I had the same feeling when Zlatan came to United, even though it was a little bit late in his career. The honor of having someone like him playing for.
Only one Zlatan.
There's only one.
There's only
Zlatan.
one Zlatan.
Only
Football retired from
Hey, listen,
Zlatan.
the San Siro cried.
I cried,
They
but
cried.
I
I think everybody was in a.
It's said.
It was said.
Well,
So Casemiro in the hole, helping the defense out and then turning attack into defense into attack. And in front of him, I think there's only 2 players that can really hold that position: Bruno Fernandes on the one side and Martin Odegaard on the other. And I think that 3 players as a midfield trio just bring a different level of efficiency to a team, because you've got Casemiro doing all of the hard work, cleaning up, making sure your defense is solid. You've got Bruno giving you the legs and that aggressiveness, that fight in him, and then Odegaard just being the conductor that he is, spraying the ball, getting the space that Bruno and Casemiro has afforded him. So I know it's 2 from United and 1 from Arsenal, but Abdul, I would say pound for pound, that's one of the best midfields you can
Sounds-
get.
I'm going to throw a
good,
spinner in
sounds
the
good.
works, yeah.
Yes.
So I'll make. If I had to, if it was a tie, I was gonna definitely go Casemiro, because I think hands down,
Yeah.
he's transformed that United team. I'll agree with the Odegaard as well, because I would have definitely picked Odegaard. Leaves you with one position.
Okay.
So now you can fight for the one position.
I'm a little bit disappointed.
because I don't agree on.
I'm a little bit disappointed, and I think coming to Old Trafford, you guys already gave us your pick. And we had something on Instagram where we did a Casemiro versus Partey.
Yeah.
And Casemiro hands down won it, right? However, I just need to make mention, Thomas Partey was absolutely
Phenomenal.
fantastic
No,
this
I-
season. Right, but Casemiro,
It's a
I mean,
different
5 times Champions League winner. He just turned that whole theatre of dreams into freaking theater of fantasies, man.
I mean, he made us believe
that.
again, man.
He made you guys believe. I mean, the last game of the season was the second last game. The goal, pricing. Look, Casemiro is total class. And I'm gonna bite myself a little bit. Definitely, Casemiro takes it. Takes it. Martin Odegaard,
Has to be
Odegaard
in the
and
team.
Bruno. These are both our magicians. However, we cannot forget the season Granit Xhaka had. He was absolutely amazing. I mean, and remember his career. At one stage, he threw his skipper out. The fans were booing him. He swore at the fans, and a total turnaround like this. I mean,
Still has his moment.
he still has his moments. There's a
Liverpool.
red card in him. At Liverpool, he arrived the cop up.
In all honesty, it's because of him they lost that
No,
Henry
I don't-
Card.
I don't buy
You know
that.
what? He
I don't buy
riled that
He
crowd
riled-
up too much.
Liverpool, I mean, Anfield is a different beast on its own.
Richarlison did the same thing.
Yeah, but I don't
And
think
it did the
it's-
same. And what was the same result?
I
Exact
won't
same
blame
result.
Xhaka for that, man.
I don't blame him, but I think
He
it
riled
was
him,
it was a little bit
naughty.
stupid of him.
It was
to do
naughty,
it.
but
Yeah.
I think anyone would do that. in that
100%.
point.
And again, Ibi, just to that point, with this team, we've already got a Zinchenko and Xhaka that worked for the whole season. Number one. Number two, Xhaka's got his best goal contribution this season. 7 goals, 7 assists from that position. It's a tough one. I don't know. I agree. Casemiro definitely. Odegaard.
It's just at one position.
It's just
right?
at one
And I think
position.
I'll just end on one point here,
We
right?
can. I don't know.
And
I don't know.
since and you know, like you say, Xhaka had a fantastic season, but it's been one season over the last 5 years where he really stood out, right? And if you compare it to Bruno over the same period, or since he
Well,
came
if
to
we go in
United,
consistency,
right? Now, besides consistency, if you look across all of the major leagues in Europe, Bruno Fernandes is second in chance creation and goal contributions only to Leo Messi. And I know rival fans don't like him because he complains and he argues, but that's what you need. You need that player to slow the game down. You need that player to take the game by the scruff of its neck. And every time Bruno was rested or not in this Manchester United team, you've seen that consistency drop. Whether they had Casemiro in the team, whether they had whoever in the team. The moment Bruno is missing from that Manchester United team, it doesn't click. And he played in every single game for Manchester United this season. You know, since he's at Sporting, he's only been injured for 1 day. And he didn't miss a
it was a
game.
workhorse, man.
This guy is a absolute
Yeah, you don't
beast.
hear that he's injured.
No, he's a cheat code on his own, man.
Gets suspended probably is more than he gets injured.
He doesn't. He just
Yeah.
plays. This
He
boy
plays,
just
he
plays. And he doesn't want to let go of anything. And he always comes clutch when we need him. Always comes clutch when we need him.
Look. It would be amazing to have Odegaard and Bruno playing together. Like, wow, man. You don't even need Zinchenko to invert you. You don't.
And if he does, you got Casemiro dropping into the pocket, right?
Yeah, Farid, this is totally up to you. Look.
I mean, we locked in Casemiro and
We
Odegaard,
locked
right?
Odegaard and
Farid,
Casemiro.
Xhaka,
Xhaka
That was the
and-
only reason I left that one out was because I knew that was going to be the contentious one.
But look here. Look. In all fairness, and
I said we go Bruno.
look, I was the one that read it first and posted it on Instagram. Bruno Fernandes does have the most, what's it stat, TB? The most goal contributions just behind
Messi.
So, look, Bruno Fernandes,
Says a lot.
it says a lot, man. Not only that, Bruno Fernandes, like Ibrahim said earlier on, he just plays. He just
Mr.
He just does his work and he plays. You know, so I don't know, man. I would consider Xhaka there for Bruno. I'm not even gonna lie.
Bruno. He came from Sporting like Cristiano.
I
love it.
Listen, yeah, we got both our
But
magicians.
listen.
Both our magicians are in there.
I think
It's
up
still a
front-
solid.
It's a
one.
solid. So I'm
Solid
locking
one.
in Casemiro, Odegaard,
How's
and
his
Bruno. Up front, Abdul, I'm going to give you 2 out of the 3 because I think up front, you know, Arsenal have been fantastic. On the right, for me, I'm going to go Saka. Has to be on the right of the 3. up front, it has to be Martinelli. I'm going to run Martinelli straight through the middle. I know he's played on the left, but Martinelli, and I'll tell you why I'm running Martinelli through the middle. So Saka on the right, Martinelli through the middle, and Rashford on the left, because Rashford has been fantastic this season. And the reason why I choose those three in the front three, because they all can swap and change as they need. You can get Rashford coming through the middle, you can get Martinelli on the left, you can get Saka coming through the center with Martinelli going onto the right, Rashford going onto the left. They're so interchangeable, that front three, young, hungry, and will be a attacking trio of note. So for me, my front three, I'm going to go Saka, Martinelli, Marcus Rashford.
This Ibrahim Chunara. Look, there's not going to be a fight.
No, there's not going to be a fight.
There's no guy, guys. I'm
You can't
sorry.
fight.
I tried fighting. I tried getting upset, but how can I deny that? I mean, Gabriel Martinelli, like you said now, and Ibrahim's already seen this. He's destined to be a centre forward. I mean, Ronaldo R9 has said it. He's destined to be a centre forward. Yes, they tried him in a few matches, but this boy oozes class, man.
No, he's class.
He oozes class. And you know what? Having Rashford on his left, I mean, Saka on his right.
Jesus?
That is...
No one's going.
Okay,
Jesus.
Jesus. Look, if you were not going to go Martinelli, I was going to tell you Jesus. Jesus got, and I wrote it down, 11 goals, 16 assists in only 24 appearances.
That's fantastic.
In only 24 appearances. And remember, majority of the season he was not there. We had Nketiah, they did his job, but he's not a Jesus.
No.
100%.
Right? However, Martinelli in this team, with the Odegaard and Bruno, will give you some other dimensions, which I cannot deny and I cannot argue. I don't know about you.
I was going to choose the same three.
Wow, man.
No, for real.
Martinelli to the center.
Martinelli. I was actually going to say Rashford through the center.
No, but I prefer Rashford on the left.
Yeah,
I think Rashford right
You
next
know,
to Saka.
I told Abdul somewhere through the season, I can't remember which game, but when I looked at Martinelli, I told Abdul, this boy is a striker.
Yeah, no, you picked it up.
He-
You can't pick
deadly.
Saka or you can't pick Anthony over Saka. That's for
No,
sure.
no,
I don't think
100%.
so.
I would never. I think Saka, for me, I know Haaland did whatever he did, and that's why he got player of the season. But for
But
me,
he got
player of the season should have been Saka.
But I think
Saka had a
Haaland picked him
breakout
because
season.
of the goals.
No, the
man.
goals,
The
right?
goals, yeah.
And I think in that Man City's team, any striker will score goals.
Yeah.
Right? That you play as out and out striker.
Alvarez
So,
does it when he comes off the bench.
yeah, exactly. So for me, Martinelli, out and out striker, and Rashford playing off the left, Saka on the right, and interchangeable between the three up front. And you've got Bruno and Odegaard giving that through balls.
Absolutely amazing.
Come on!
Okay, guys, this is a humdinger. Manchester United, Arsenal, season 2022-2023, all-time 11. And let's go through it. David the Great, David De Gea in the polls. We've got Sally Bappe and Martinez, our butcher of Manchester. In your centre-back positions, Wan-Bissaka, our Spider-Man. Brilliant. Full
Aaron
tackles.
Wan-Bissaka. Fantastic.
Wan-Bissaka. We said we're going left back with Zinchenko. Our tank in the center, our CDM, which can also slot in for Wan-Bissaka when he goes on those runs, or Zinchenko. We got Casemiro, and up in front of Casemiro, guys, this is class. This is total class. This is like a little magic that's been thrown on. I mean, Martin Odegaard, Bruno Fernandes, the magician,
The
conductor.
magician and the conductor.
Wow, absolutely amazing. We've got Gabi Martinelli. He plays like a Roshni boy, you know that?
Yeah.
There's something about him. There's something of a Roshni about him. So, Gabriel Martinelli up front, Mfana Futi and Mfana's. Wow, having you guys together is a total... What a pleasure,
Absolute
man.
honor.
Absolutely. So, so Mfana Futi conclude this absolutely amazing team. But I have a question for you guys. This team
The
here...
manager.
No, okay, before we jump to the manager, I think we win the league with this team.
Yeah, I think this team,
we win the
this team
league with
pushes
this team.
City all the way.
And
think
this is not like bought like heavy price players.
No.
This is most of them are homegrown. I mean, Wan-Bissaka is homegrown.
Yeah. English
Saka,
player.
Martinelli, Jesus, man, amazing stuff. Rashford, stay here.
Oh, fantastic.
So wow, what a team! What
So-
a team!
I think this team goes toe to toe with City and takes them all the way.
Yes, us.
In terms of whether they win it, the City team is a cheat code of note, man. I think only a few teams can win, can match the City team, and we'll talk about it later. But it's the United team of '99, the United team of 07-08, the Liverpool team a couple of seasons ago, the Arsenal Invincibles, and the Chelsea under Mourinho that first
Oh,
season.
yes. Oh, yes.
I think those are the only teams that can really go toe to toe with the City team. But yeah, it's
Amazing.
It's quite interesting. So Abdul, to wrap us up here,
Wrap us up. Our
the
managers.
coach and Abdul, let's not make a choice. Let's just give our verdict in 10 seconds.
Done.
Why
Done.
we want each other. Why we want. I'll let you go first
Okay.
because I've been going first all the time. I just realized
No,
it.
it's fine.
So you go first and I'll go in.
Look.
Why Arteta?
Both of our managers had a little bit of mistakes in them during the season. But the reason I'm gonna go for Arteta is, and Thierry Henry said it a few days ago, he has come into this team and he has made us believe. He's made the Arsenal believe. Remember, Arsenal for the past few seasons we were again hybrid the library. We are now the loudest fans in the Premiership, number 1. Number 2, he has made us believe. And number 3, he has brought that Arsenal DNA back. I mean, sing with me, B.
North London forever.
Whatever the weather, the streets are
This guy made me
old.
do it. He made me do it.
And I caught you. That's why I said, sing it. Oh, I said, that's good.
I had to go with you. I had to.
go with it. So, but having said that, also, you know what? There's still a lot to come from him. I'm looking so forward to next season. But Mikel Arteta, absolutely amazing season. He's brought the belief back. The belief that is that we lost. I mean, Manchester United, Arsenal, these are champions, man. These
100%.
guys here are big boys.
100%.
And he's brought that belief
Yeah.
back. You know, so yeah, that's me.
Love it.
Mikel
And,
Arteta.
I mean, I can't fault you for what you said. On Ten Hag, I think he came in and took over statistically the worst Manchester United team in Premier League history. They got the worst points. They performed the worst, and he came in and he needed to make big decisions really early on.
Oh yes.
The entire Harry Maguire situation. Do you bench your £80 million captain, irrespective of the mistakes he's making, whatever, or do you play him because he's your captain, right?
Yeah.
He needed to make the Ronaldo decision. You know, do you stand firm and take on arguably the greatest footballer in modern history? And if things go south after that, pie in your face. So he had to deal with those issues. He had to deal with a Manchester United team going through a ongoing sale process from, October, November last year, which has dragged through right till now. He had to deal with a United team that replaced Cristiano Ronaldo with Wout Weghorst. And with all of that, he took us to 75 points in the Premier League.
Champions League.
Got us Champions League football. We finished third behind Arsenal. He won us our first silverware since Mourinho. Yes, it's the Carabao Cup, and yes, it's not one of the big ones, but silverware is silverware. Nobody remembers a good season if there isn't silverware on it. He took us to the FA Cup final where we lost because of 2 silly mistakes by our own defense. And he made us, like Abdul said, he made United believe again. He brought structure into the team, and he brought a firmness that I haven't seen a United coach embody since Sir Alex Ferguson has left.
Correct.
And for me, that's the reason why I'd go with Ten Hag, because I think with the right ownership in place, I think Ten Hag can get this Manchester United team cooking again. And not to forget, it's only his first season. Arteta is, in a process,
Yeah.
his third season, whereas Ten Hag was his season 1, and he's done fantastically.
And let's remember, guys, that was the objective in the start of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, our objective was just hitting Champions League.
Top 4, both United
Top 4.
and Arsenal. Top 4.
But you guys had to fight at the end.
Yeah.
You crawl through. So, yeah. Ibi, Farido. This is a tough
So
one.
good
This is
points on
tough.
both sides.
This is tough.
No, I think it's
It is
go
a
either
tough
way,
one.
right?
I
It's
love
a tough
this.
one. So for me, Both managers, I think, had exceptional seasons. Ten Hag turned a very, very difficult season around for United. Got a trophy. Arteta is... he just made you love watching football again, I think. It's fun to see Arsenal back at their best. I think for me, the only deciding factor, and it's not going to be based on anything else, but the fact that for me, I think I need to see a little bit more of Ten Hag, just personally. And I think that will come. I think Ten Hag is going to be a big thorn, not only in City's side next season, but definitely in the Opal side as well. And he's going to push both teams. I think this was Arteta's season. And if he didn't win it, I'm sorry to say it. I'm not saying it this was Arteta's season to win it. And he really pushed as hard as he could. I think he did a lot better than what we all expected him to do. And just for what he brought to the team in this last 2 seasons, I think for me it goes to Arteta. Ten Hag
like I said, it was
is not a runner-up
it was it
not a
could go
runner-up.
anyway. It could go anyway. So
It's not a
guys,
run-up. He's not a run-up. I think it's just that Arteta
you can
just
only
gives me
pick
those
one.
nice feelings.
You can only
Listen,
pick one.
Gives me
Arteta
those
would
nice
love
feelings.
to coach Casemiro.
I think
Bruno,
Arteta would
and
love to
Rashford.
coach his team.
100%.
But
I think
so
both
would
of
Ten
them,
Hag.
yeah. I think both
So
of
would
them.
Ten Hag.
Yeah.
I think both of them.
But you know what I think with Ten Hag? Ten Hag is very much a coach. And he's a football coach. He's someone that brings out the best in players. But like technically.
I mean, look what he did with
I think
Anthony.
Arteta
Fantastic.
is a player manager. I think he gives every single player that individual attention. I think Rashford under Arteta would be freaking amazing. Getting a little hug from Arteta every now and then. I think he would be amazing under Arteta.
Wow. So,
But it's an amazing team.
This is an amazing team.
Yeah,
Absolutely
fantastic
amazing.
stuff.
wow.
I think there's not
You can't
much we
concede
can
there.
fault in this team. When it came to the coaches, I think it was, like I said, only one could be chosen. It was a flip of a coin.
Yeah, I went on
that.
Fields.
Yeah, went on Fields.
I went on Fields.
Fantastic. No, but a fantastic team. The vibes.
I
went on
reading
vibes,
this,
it
yeah.
is.
It's vibes.
It's
So
vibes. It's
We
vibes.
vibing.
Guys, slight tackle into our DMs on Instagram, into our comments on YouTube, both on the Enfield Way and on GTOT. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Let us know if this guy's been a good adjudicator.
always
Fantastic
fair.
season-ending Arsenal Manchester United 11. Abdul, take us out.
Guys, once again, thank you so much for the support. This has been an absolute pleasure. What a segment. Please, guys, don't forget again to like, share, comment, hit that bell notification to keep in touch, in tune, and independent with all the latest from Cunning to Old Trafford. And guys, with that.
In the Enfield Way. Say
Oh,
that.
hey, and the Enfield Way.
Off-season.
Don't forget that, guys. The Enfield Way is ready. And yeah, guys, that was absolutely crazy and amazing.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. And with that, Abdul, we
We
are
are
Gunning to Old Trafford. Thank you.
guys.